putting together the Gnome graduation treat boxes. I'm going to start by putting together one treat box and then the two different Gnome options that are available. So the treat box, I decided to keep in 3 pieces so that if you wanted to make it bigger, you would have the ability to make the box bigger. With the bottom not attached, you can make this a pretty sizable box if you would like. This one is 2 by 2 square and 4 inches tall. That's the size that your file will come. But again, it's very easy to resize this to make it bigger. Or even smaller if you wanted it smaller. I really like these fine tip bottles. It allows you to get that line right up there against that edge and not glomp your glue on so thick that you have to worry about thinning it out. A lot of times I will dab my corners in some of the glue, because the corners are the hardest part to get to stay down. I'm just going to use all of my fingers to hold the box square while I apply some pressure to get it to stick. And then I'm going to flip it over and just rub it on my table a little bit. Get all those edges good and stuck down. And everything looks to be in good order. So this is the size the box comes in. Again, it's a 2 by 4 box, 2 inches square, 4 inches tall. And I'm going to start by assembling the girl. So with most paper piecing, you just want to start putting your pieces together as they make sense, and then put them together as a whole. So this small rectangular piece is her face, because the girl gnome does not have a mustache to hide the rest of her face like the boy does. And what I've done is I just am lining it up with the first thing at her braid there. So this is going to create the line where her gown stops and where her face is. So see that creates that gap. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to set that aside. Those 2 pieces are ready. I've already done all of my chalking. I decided to do my gnome in all black for graduation. So I chalked all the edges so that you can see, because there's not very much definition between the pieces if you don't have that. I keep saying chalking, but I actually did ink it with a white ink. And then her cap goes on over her hair. And then there's a brim there to her hat. Her nose, you just want to center it here between her, well, she doesn't really have bangs, but between that upper part of her hair. Just kind of eyeball that, and that's her nose. I'm going to grab my foam squares. I think I want to pop her feet and her diploma. So you want to make sure not to go below the edge of her bottom, because the bottom of her, because that's going to be glued to the front of the box. You can customize these in any color. I know a lot of schools do specialized colors in their caps and gowns. So you can easily do this in any color you like. I thought I was going to have to cut the foam tape, but it hides perfectly behind it, so I don't have to. And I'm just going to maybe add a second square. Both the girl and the boy have a backside for the box, and that is completely optional. You don't have to put it on, but you can. And I forgot to put her tassel on, and I've only cut one, and she needs two. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this to the back. I want it over a little further, so I'm just going to trim that. Now for the back, you want to start with the band. The hat is tilted back, so that's going to go on after. And I think I'll pop this piece with a foam. Now in the file there is an oval that goes in here for her hair in the back. It's just an oval. I decided that I needed that after I cut it out, and I did not cut it out before I made this video, so that piece is missing, but it will be in your file. And that's just for the back side of the box. The boy is very similar. His face is a little bit bigger because he has more showing. So I'm going to first put the ribbon around his diploma. Move his back pieces out of my way. And these two little bumps here on the side, those are where this comes in. So you'll want to just line the points of his mustache up just at the corners of those two pieces. This isn't his mustache, it's his beard. So, sorry about that. That is a mistake. Just pop this off before it dries. Apply this face right to the edge of his beard because you are going to need it. He has a little bit of cheek showing, so he is going to need that. Attached to his beard. I apologize, this is the first time I'm putting them together since I created them. I like to do my videos at the same time. So then his hat comes on. And then his band. And his tassel. I'm going to pop up his little mustache here with a piece of foam tape. And add his nose. I'm going to put a piece of foam tape on his diploma as well. I'm going to do two again. I'm going to do foam on his shoes. Take the backing off. And there he is. And he would also glue to the front of his box. His back has a longer piece of hair, so you want to put that down before you put the brim on. Then apply this. And his back tassel. And I'm also going to pop the back of his hat. And that's his backside. So there you have it. There is the boy gnome and the girl gnome treat boxes. Thank you.